this thing?
Do a Daisy.
Oh, still got it. There we go. Oh, God. Oh, my son of a monkey's. Oh, cheese and crackers.
This is Reflection Comics presents Popping Through Culture.
All right, so we're gonna go through the table here real quick. We'll start with Marvin. Introduce yourself and
I want to be last.
you want to be last, okay?
Alrighty then.
Oh, he's the star of the show, of course.
All right.
It's Rico's style.
Yeah, Rico, yeah, it's your show. It's your comic store. By
It
the
is-
way, we are.
Yeah.
We are in Punta Gorda right now. We're in Rico's Reflection Comics store here. So if you stop by and you want to get a Spider-Man comic, you need to come back later on because
We're filming.
we're filming. So try to come back later. Sorry, but guys. But here's Rico. He's gonna talk about the store and how he got here and where we.
Well, this is called Reflection Comics, located in Punta Gorda, Florida. I've been in the store for about a year and 9 months. I started this store because I've always wanted to be a comic book shop owner. Back when I went to middle school, they asked you what you want to do when you grow up, and I said, I want to, own a comic book shop. And everyone laughed at me and was like, nah, that's not a real job. Well, fuck you. I got that job. And I've been kicking and screaming ever since. My mom got me into comic books, and thank you very much for that, because without her, I wouldn't have this. Appreciate you, love you, Darlene. And enough about me.
You gotta love mom, They're the biggest supporter, I would say. Right?
To the right of me, of course.
Let's say banning you, but
You gotta love them all.
the doorstep is the next one.
To the right of me, we have Josh. Josh is a high quality, realistic illustrator. He can draw Earth from a mile away, from like outer space.
They draw wind and fire.
He can draw wind. Like he can draw wind, a galaxy, a couple stick figures, and hot dogs. That's his special.
Stick figures are my specialty.
There you go. If you listen, they're hard. I mean, I've seen some stick figures, some bad stick figures, but if you can draw a quality stick figure, that's where we're at. You gotta start there, right?
And to the left, we have Mr. Make It Nerdy, Chris. He is like the Willy Wonka of cosplay. That's what I like to think he is. And you can find his merchandise here at my store, or you can get in touch with him through Make It Nerdy, all forms of social media. I'd like to tell him about something. Rap to him, man.
Yeah. So not gonna rap because I stumble over words. So we're gonna skip all of that. Rico. I'm still trying to work on. Yeah, I'm still trying to work on some shadies. Real some shady.
Please stand up. Please stand up.
But I mean, it's only like 20 years in the making, so we're working on that. But anyway, yes, I'm Chris at Make It Nerdy. The guys on live, coming on live. You guys know me that what I do for Rico's Instagram Live here. I do 3D cosplay. Obviously, it's 3D because you gotta wear it, right, guys? I mean,
Yeah, right.
2D, I mean, a little
No,
weird.
there's like paper things.
Little paper.
You know, I've seen that. I've seen what people like make like
Nintendo
a
Mario.
thing. It's like it was like a arcade 2-bit guy. And he was like, woo, woo, and he's like, he turned sideways. Like, wait a minute, it's like cardboard. Like so. Yes,
8-bit.
yeah. So it's 8-bit. So, but no, I do 3-dimensional. I do 3D printing. I got a bunch of printers at home. I recently got a resin printer, which does more quality, more detailed stuff, right? So I'm able to get really up my production value of what I do. But I started cosplay or prop making when I was in college, and then life got in the way, and then 20 years fast forward, and now I decided to get back into it because now I have some money and I have some time, and I moved to Florida, and there's nothing here, so why not make props?
Hey, man.
But yeah, I was doing. I think one of my first things I made was I was trying to make these angel wings, and I was
2 hours later.
My goodness. All right.
Yeah.
Last but not least,
Oh my god.
we have the man of the hour. He's the star of the show.
No.
He's a local celebrity. He's
Force.
He's ex-Force. He goes by MD, Marvin McDonald, excuse me. Comic book creator, illustrator, letterer, writer, producer, rapper, what else?
/ astronaut.
Slash Astronaut.
So that's what that rumble was earlier.
Yes.
I was landing.
Okay. I
Yes.
was like, is it thundering? Because it's Florida, you got a lot of thunder and lightning, so I thought that was
And he's a professional thumb.
thumb wrestler?
Thumb wrestler.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
wrestler?
He's a professional. He's
I'm the
Title
I'm the Intercontinental
states.
Heavyweight Champion.
thumb wrestler.
You broke my thumb just a little while ago.
Put it back
Man,
on real quick, huh?
thumbs.
Yeah, it's a little crooked now, but
Yeah, it does see him a little bit.
But other than that, what this guy just said, that's all about me. I'm special. I love myself very much. You know. Yeah. But I am the creator of Swerve Comics, the Swerverse. Like I said, I wrote all the comics, illustrated, letter. I do all that stuff. You know. So yeah.
So, Marvin, what do you have out right now? You have anything out going on right now?
What I have out right now is issue 1 of Hardcore, Chronicles of the Hit Squad. Basically, it's a Southwest Florida-based comic book coming straight right out of Southwest Florida. It's a Florida comic book, so I felt that all the superheroes are in New York or California. It's time Florida have their own branch of superheroes and stuff. And it's all based out of Southwest Florida right here. It actually starts out of Lake Okeechobee. And it's starring one of the rawest characters I ever created. His name is 8 Ball. And it's basically him joining the Hit Squad. It gives you that intro of him of where he went from doing illegal stuff to joining a team and just growing and stuff. And you read the comic book, you'll see how he developed his powers and grows into become one of Southwest Florida great defenders.
What got you into comic books, man? Like, what made you want to pick up a pencil and go, let's create something that no one's ever seen?
Well, it all started back when I was a twinkle in my father's eye.
you're just
That's
a
too,
little.
that's too far.
Two parts.
Okay, all right.
Let's rewind.
All right, we'll fast forward up a couple of years. But no, I've always been I hate to say it, but I've always been into art. I've always been a talented artist. But what got me into comic books, it was just the fact, the point of I like to, that was my thing. I like to draw, and I like to draw comic books. I like Spider-Man. I grew up reading Spider-Man. I grew up reading Batman, and I loved the X-Men at that time. And they were great. And I just used to sit there and go through the pages. I love, my favorite illustrators was Jim Lee and Mark Silvestri, and mostly all the guys who left and went to Image. all my heroes. So, you know, those are my favorite illustrators and stuff. But just followed those guys, and I love their artwork and stuff. So as I grew, I started writing my own little stories and creating my own characters and stuff. And I base a lot of my stuff off of people that I know. So I easily have that foundation to build characters off of and stuff. So that's what got me into that. But I always loved comic books. That was always my genre. That was always my outlet. And I collect them, and that was my love. So I decided to put my touch on it.
So what would you say is your first comic you got into?
My first comic I got into, I would have to say, was Spider-Man.
I would say. Hey, Rico.
The Hulk and New Mutants. First 2 comic books I've ever owned. Still have to this day.
Spawn and Ghost Rider were mine.
We got a little bit.
Speaking of Swerveverse, aren't you guys collaborating doing a comic book together?
I do not know who this man is.
Yeah.
Never saw him before in my
Never
life.
saw him before in my life. But he does great art, I
He's doing
heard.
your cover art, right?
Yeah, he did the variant cover that will be coming out on my second book. Not number 2 of Hardcore. The second book I'm actually doing, called Beyond the Red Door. It's like a anthology of just horrible, horrible stories that could happen right here in Southwest Florida. And this guy right here, Josh, is a phenomenal artist. He did a variant cover for me that is incredible. I'm an artist, but this guy has like Naruto style magic on his stuff. So I saw his work, and I had to have some of it. So he actually did that variant cover for me, which will be coming out here shortly. So yeah.
So we are in a comic book store, and I would hope we would have that comic book. Rico, do we at least have a comic book from Marvin?
Oh, yeah.
Can we
Well,
show-
I'm not
can we
sold
show
out.
the,
Only got 2 left, man.
I'm gonna
Show
need-
him the gold one.
Show the
Oh,
gold
we got a
cover.
gold one?
The gold cover.
Oh,
Yep.
Bring up the gold.
Issue 1, hardcore comic book, the Head Squad. This is the gold cover.
It's the gold edition.
That's nice, guys.
Back and front.
Those are rare. There's only 10.
This is the first I've ever
How
seen.
do I get one? How do we get one?
Sir, what are you gonna have to do? You gotta have to come to my house.
Inside is amazing.
My grass.
The way he
I was like, wait a minute. I was like, what are you gonna have to do now as he's unbuttoning his
Well,
pants?
this is it.
That video's for later on, guys. We'll get back. That's for after hours. Or
That's for OnlyFans.
Check that out, man.
All right, let me see this.
But yeah, that's the first issue right there, and I did.
I didn't touch it. Well, I just gave it to you, but
Did you think that?
I didn't think that. It showed up. Because full cover's gonna do
Oh
that,
my
man.
God.
It's the moisture. We're in Southwood, Florida. So we breathe water, technically. We always do that, but it's just so moist.
But that's the first issue right there. Like I said, I did a couple of different variant covers. I did the gold cover ones because I'm gonna do like a raffle and stuff. So I did like 10 gold covers, and I'll be dropping those soon and raffling them off or come up with some kind of contest so you lucky people can get a hold of them. And most likely it'll be done right out of here, out of Reflection Comic, because this guy is awesome. Mr. Rico gave me a shot.
So, guys, I just want to like if anybody see this, what the character of people looks like. But you know what would be really amazing, Rico?
Spider-Man?
Can we show this in like real life? Can we pull 8-Ball out of the
Oh!
comics? Let's pull 8-Ball out of the comics.
right?
We're gonna pull him out of the comics right now.
Really?
We're gonna make him live. Come here in person for you guys, live in person. The magic of 8-Ball, the magic of the internet. We're gonna bring 8-Ball to you guys.
Oh my God.
There you go, bro.
Oh my God.
We didn't even tell him about this. He's a big
Yeah, so
surprise.
guys, this is a surprise. Like, this is pure reaction right now, guys. If you're watching this for the first, now live and for the first time.
Are you serious,
This
man?
is the first
Yes.
time Marvin's seeing this. I just finished this yesterday
I'm
at
excited.
like 1 o'clock in the morning. So
I would cry, but I have too much testosterone. Not gonna
I'm
cry.
just gonna open this for him so he can get to it.
Oh my
know,
God.
it's
Real
man.
good, too.
Are you serious,
And
man?
it's made to fit his head. That's
Yeah.
It's a lot of 3D printing.
So, guys, again, this is what Marvin does. This is what I do, and I'm just here to support Marvin and what he's created and the character he's created, and bring this to life. His vision, his dreams, and his his ideas to life in a 3-dimensional spectrum. So, Marvin, I hope you like it. If you enjoy it, and wear it in good health.
Y'all did this because you know I ain't gonna say shit else real quick. That's what
Check it out. Pick it up. Touch it.
That's
Man.
for the gold
I'm
foil right there.
afraid. I am afraid to touch it. Oh my God, man. That's incredible. Don't say it, look at me. It's gonna be quiet.
It's
so
like-
quiet, man.
We got
I'm
it there, guys.
I'm having a moment, okay? But I'm not gonna cry. My testosterone level is
Listen,
high.
guys, just turn around for 2 seconds. We'll turn around.
Well,
All right.
yeah.
Have a moment, Marvin. Oh, that's too much.
All right.
That's too much.
Okay.
Well, Marvin's off having his moment.
Oh my God.
What did you do? Tell them about your art style.
Tell them about
Yeah.
tell them about Josh style.
this impossible task of an artist that you become. That only you have to. I can't put in words. That's how amazing it is. Like, when did you know you can do that? When did you start? How long you been doing it? All these rapid questions. Answer them all. What's going on with you?
So I guess I just kind of started. I think I had a talent for drawing when I was drawing the Pokemon cards that my brother used to have when I was a little kid, and it wasn't really anything much. Like I always thought that he was always the best artist because him and I were the only ones that actually drew. And then I showed my work to my teacher, and he was like, "Would you like to get some private lessons after school kind of stuff?" And then started going into anatomy for my animation degree. And then I started getting more into it because I liked the way like charcoal did it, the way it shaded and everything. And that's decided try making a comic book character, just 3D version of it instead then. And liked how it looked, and I just kept on pushing it forward from there. And now I came up with my own style for it.
That's what's up, man.
So what do you call yourself? Tell yourself.
I guess
Brain.
I guess a good way to call it would be like a stylized, realistic version like it's not entirely neorealism, but it's still like because it still has like the and stylized like high contrast. But yeah, something like that, I guess.
Well, what can people find your artwork? Are you selling it? Are you doing commissions? Or are you doing it just for you?
I am always selling my work.
Show me the money!
I'm getting back into doing videos for YouTube, and I have an Instagram that I post regularly to, or at least once a month or so, I guess, if I'm drawing. Because it takes a while to draw. But that's all under Fenrock Arts.
In Rock Arts? You guys should check him out, man. He's dope. I'm loving it. I'm in awe every time I see his artwork. I have drawing nights here every Saturday, and he makes a mess of my entire table. And occasionally I see like charcoal fingerprints on my comic books, but it's all worth it. Like, he brings his A game, and
Was that what I got in my hand earlier?
probably or you'll find him along the boxes.
Along the boxes.
But yeah, man, this guy, he's a wizard when it comes to art, and he creates masterpieces. All even when he doesn't have to try. But other than that, man, so that's who we are.
Yeah.
That's who we are. This is what you have to look forward to in Punta Gorda, South Florida, Charlotte County. We all create, we all inspire, and it's more than just the four of us. And it's more than what? Shine a light on it, and make sure people know that there is a creative side on this side of Florida. And
It's not just Orlando.
not Miami, you know?
Miami,
For example.
yeah.
Miami is very creative for if you have cash.
Other than that, you know, that's who we are.
Yeah, so now we got pretty much business out of the way. So what's going on, guys? What's going on with comics, movies? Like, I know Miss Marvel dropped today. What do you guys think about that? You guys watching it? What are your thoughts on it?
I saw the trailer, the second one. It looked like it could be something, but I don't know. I saw they got them on the Entertainment Weekly. They got them on the front end and stuff, and they got Carol Danvers up front, and which should be the other way around because if you know your comic book lore and stuff, you know Monica Rambeau was actually the first Captain Marvel, but we don't talk about that. But other than that, Miss Marvel, her powers are not matching up with what's in the comic book and stuff, so I don't know how they're gonna do that. And then in the comic book, she's passed away, and then I hear she's coming back as a mutant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's gonna be with the X-Men now, so I'm like, I don't know. That's some alternate multiverse thing because everybody's killing the multiverse thing now. I just think you should just try to keep the continuity straight. But I don't work for Marvel or DC, so
Yeah, that really that's probably the only thing that gets at me is like when they change power sets and stuff like that, like or maybe timelines so much. Like for instance, like Iron Man. Iron Man went years without revealing himself. They went first movie like, hey, I'm Iron Man.
Yeah.
It's like we could have like wait a little bit, or like he went like one outing, he's like, I'm Iron Man. It's like,
Yeah,
but it was
true.
like, I guess just to move the story, but like, when it goes from comics to movies,
Yeah.
and that's always what got me was like, especially with DC, like, how do you guys, you have years of blueprint, years of
So
like
much
script,
stuff.
like material, and
So
they
much.
continue to screw it up, like,
The way I look at it is you can't, like you said, blueprints. That's all they are. They're just guidelines.
Sure.
But like I'm very keen on this, and I've had multiple conversations, debates, and arguments with it. When it comes to taking a comic book and turning it into live action, it would never. The pieces aren't the same, and like certain things don't look good live action. Wolverine. People are going to say, "Oh, well, that's what we wanted," and we got the classic Wolverine costume. And yeah, you got what you wanted. But does it look good live action? Like, he has no red belt, he has sleeves. Canary yellow doesn't look good on film. They should have toned down the yellow a little bit. And maybe turned the blue to more of a black tone or a midnight blue undertone. Or, hey, why don't you just go with the copper and burnt yellow outfit? That would have been more visual pleasing on the big screen. When it comes to the Marvels, that's the
Yeah, the Marvel,
yeah.
so here's my thing is, how come like animated can get it right? Okay, you just do like an animated show like DC's animated universe. Their animated universe is amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they killed it in the animation
Just
part. DC
Make a,
killed
you
Marvel.
already, so you pretty much made a whole movie
Yeah.
animated. And now you know you can do it live. It's not like it's the '90s where you're all like spandex and it's like all cockeyed and everything.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
just make it live now. You already have a script.
True.
So, you know,
It's like you said, the animation, like the Green Lantern animation movie, was way better than the live action movie. It made more sense. The one they did with him, where they took him off of Earth, and the whole movie wasn't even on Earth. It was about him being in outer space training and everything. Like he was just walking the beat and everything and stuff like that. That's what the first live action Green Lantern movie should be like. Instead of him coming back to Earth, fighting and it was.
Well, DC, like, they don't really seem to know ahead of time what they want to do. Like, with like when they had the Marvel do their Avengers movie, like, DC started scrambling to get their, like, stuff together and all that. We saw that with them trying to push the Batman v Superman out there, with also trying to lay out the groundwork for the Justice League, while also setting up the Death of Superman and all that kind of stuff as well. And there's a big monster mash of just like the producers trying to
playing catch up. They're just
Yeah.
trying
Yeah,
to
playing
basically
catch up.
playing catch up. It's like,
but where they could have done was just do the exact same thing that Marvel did, where give all your characters the breathing room that they need, give their own superhero movies, and be able to have their little arcs ahead of time, so that way they don't have to do their arcs in the co-op movie, and then just take your time with it, let it build. But they didn't want to do that. They wanted to be able to get their money real quick because they thought that it wasn't going to last for very long. But now, here we are almost 10 years later, and we're still seeing superhero movies going on pretty well. It's slowing down a little bit, but I think that's just more of a
Well, that
people
that
not
has
liking
nothing
the
to do
quality
with
of it.
storage. Yeah, they got to do with the quality and the storytelling. That has nothing to do. Everybody likes to sit back and read a comic. We got a lot of comic book heads out there that like the whole not even comic book heads, just people who like fantasy stories. The whole purpose about reading these comic books and fantasy stories is to step away from reality and dive into something else that you know can't happen, but you can relax and read something that has nothing to do with the real world going on outside, because you read these books to get a break from the real in order to step into a little fantasy and stuff. So it's nothing wrong with the stories. Yeah, I can see them taking some of the stories and updating them to modern times a little bit, but don't go in there and change the story so much that it don't match the book. That's the thing. That's where they're messing up with doing a lot of the movies and stuff. And I mean, they're bringing newer characters in that don't even have a fan base, a true fan base. And I will admit, the Avengers, when they first came out, Avengers was like the B class, you know what I'm saying? Iron Man and all of them, you know, that's why they put them all together to make the Avengers and stuff. But it's still, they took them and they put them out, but it's just the way you have to sell the story. Remember, it's fantasy and people want to break from reality, so you read the books and stuff, and that's the whole thing, is don't bring reality into the comic books. It's comic books. We all know it's not real, but it's cool to take a mental break and read something that's extraordinary and something that's intriguing and stuff to break from the norm, you know. So they are messing up with introducing all kind of like politics in and stuff. Just fly, fight bad guys, do your thing, wear your suit, entertain you with a story, and let's go.
yeah, like bringing Echo. I think they have Echo coming. Like, who asked for Echo? Did you ask? I didn't.
Did you?
No.
Yeah.
I didn't. No. You guys asked for Echo? Because no, I here.
But Echo is a cool character, and
It's cool.
She is.
Yeah. But like, at what point was it like, let's bring this character in because there's so many other characters like they either need A, flush out, or B, that they could be using that are more top tier characters.
yes, very true. But I look at it like the Marvels. It's a group of 3 superhero women. Echo, she's a popular, strong woman. I would even throw in She-Hulk. Like, it's cool if you go to the average comic book story. I know, but she's a part of. They gotta claim her. She's a part of the group.
But
Or
the comic
Kate
book, the
Bishop.
She-Hulk comic book,
Or like even Kate Bishop, Nebula, you know, these strong female heroes. You know, if you go to the average comic book shop, you don't see women in comic book stores. You don't see little girls, teenage girls in comic book stores. And the reason why is because
They're all doing TikTok hustles.
well, when you go to when you always see like seductive pictures of Catwoman or Spider Woman in comic book stores, it pushes out those women comic book fans. And now that we're starting to get female leads doing, I don't want to say truly iconic Marvel or DC characters, but they're doing known Marvel or DC characters.
Well, you got Spider Gwen. I mean, the only thing you see
Yeah.
Spider Gwen is in like the Spider Verse.
I think that's also what but for the longest time before that we've had, before Captain Marvel, name another strong female superhero lead.
Storm.
Yeah, Storm.
Storm?
Oh yeah.
Halle Berry?
She's like the gold team.
She's a she's
Yeah,
a
the gold
Megan
No, I'm
Fox.
talking about movies. I'm talking about movie
Oh.
vibes.
Catwoman.
You count that as a movie?
Not that Halle Berry. Shut your mouth.
But like, what I'm trying to think is,
With
ever
the Black
since
Cat?
these comics, ever since these movies started coming out, I've been seeing more women come into my store buying comic books. That's I cannot deny that. Like that's a fact.
Well, I
Like,
would say
comic
that.
books was once upon a time a male-driven, or job or store. But nowadays, like women have a reason to want to read a comic now. It may not be something that we agree with or even like.
No, nobody said anything about the females in comic books. Love them.
No, I love it.
Yeah, it's cool.
We're going to go see the
Yeah.
female leads. I personally really like going back to the Marvel's movie and the trailer and everything. We're getting full circle now. I really enjoyed the trailer. Aside from Kamala Khan screaming the whole time, I'm like, girl, chill, relax. Like, you have superpowers. Like you can control. You can take care of yourself. Like you're freaking out. Like I mean, please, like tone it down just a bit. You're like fangirling, and she's like fangirling the whole time. And it's like, all right, you're a superhero too. Like you've done other things. You've gone to other places. Like I think we're out of that phase of fangirling unless the timeline is just so tight where Miss Marvel's finishing and the Marvels is taking off. So if it's like literally the next day, I can see that in the timeline. But if it's been like 6 months, a year, like all right, let's move it.
I feel as though Kamala Khan, I don't remember the actress's name, but Kamala Khan, the character that she's playing, is basically taking over for Tom Holland's Peter Parker. Like that young superhero that knows that she's capable of doing damage when she needs to, but she's still starstruck from who she looked up to.
But yeah,
Like,
I get
look how
that.
Peter Parker looked up to Mr. Stark, or Hi Cap. Like he took his shield and still was like,
respect
I can't believe this. I did that,
But it's not that. But I understand what you're saying. But to have female characters somewhere and have more girls coming to the store, so that's fine. You want to keep it. Comic books are not gender specific. If you like comic books, come in the store. Male, female, come in the store. Read a comic book. It's just once you get trying to take those stories and turn them into entertainment, into movies and stuff, you have to build that character up. You guys watch anime, right?
Yeah.
Anybody watch anime? How long it took Goku, to
Have a season.
took Goku a week.
Took forever.
Yeah, I was in that, in that capsule, what I'm saying, for him to charge up 40 fault cells and everything. But it took a week. But you have to build those characters up to get people to be more familiar with them, to get people to like them and stuff like that. And her comic books wasn't selling that great. So it's like they're trying to get rid of the old Avengers and bring out, I believe they're trying to do the new Avengers, you know what I'm saying, the young Avengers.
Well, yeah,
whatever.
that's where they bring Kate Bishop.
Yeah, Kate Bishop, and they get rid of all, and which is cool because we done seen those guys for the last 10 years. That's cool. But while they was doing that, they should have been popping them into some of the other movies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Giving us a little bit like, oh, so it ain't like all of a sudden, boom, here's the smart one. All right.
What do you feel
Alright.
about? What do you guys feel about American Chavez? Like she was in one movie and then poof, she ended when the movie ended. Doctor Strange. She didn't even go back, and she went to study the magic of the mystic arts.
Yeah, that's it.
Like where in any America Chavez comic or outlaw comic or champions comic was she there studying the magic of the mystic arts?
She
She
said, "You
kinda,
have our comic." I'm like, trying to think. I'm actually trying to think about it now.
She's
Like,
got
what
that
happened
serious
at the end of the
character.
movie? I'm like,
She was
What
she,
did
and
happen?
left at Comatage.
yeah, Kamatani.
Yeah,
And she was there learning, which I don't understand.
What was-
Her powers are not magic
Yeah, no,
based.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
They don't really seem to know what to do with America Nita though, because her decision makings are really weird. At the end of it, she could have just went to go find her parents immediately after that, because she was able to find Doctor Strange in that destroying dimension and all that.
Yeah.
Out of all of the infinite dimensions, she just got lucky to find him at that point there. But no, she was able to actually track him down and find him because she was trying to, find him all that. She could do the exact same thing with her parents and at that point, but she decides to let them wait and whatever dimension they're in right now, learn what I need to do here, and then I guess go and find them if they're still alive at that point. But it doesn't make much sense for her to be doing that at that point. And a lot of things that happen in that movie as well just don't really seem to make much sense on a script kind of.
Well, I think that's a lot. Has anyone watched How It Should Have Ended?
No, I didn't see that
The
one.
YouTube videos where it's like, okay, yeah, like say Spider-Man or whatever, and they go, well, it could have ended like 5 minutes into the movie, like, okay, you're dead. Like, it's kind of one of those situations. It's like some of the writing is like, there's so many loopholes where it's like,
yeah,
They
you
wrote themselves into a corner.
yeah, you're like, you could have done this, you could have done these different things, and it would have been either A, you would have had a shorter movie, and then you could have done something else, or B, it was just been totally pivoting from what the story is.
actually, the multiverse of madness actually didn't make any sense. If you want to be realistic about it, if there's a multiverse, I'm pretty sure there's a universe where the kids were alive and Wanda wasn't there, and she
Yeah.
could have just went to that world and just been mom instead of trying to take the kids from another.
Kidnap.
Kidnapping.
Yeah.
After she already left a whole town
Oh my.
under her power and stuff, just mentally screwing with these people and stuff. We're not gonna get into that.
Well, the fact that she destroyed the Book of Ashanti, which I think they were portraying that as the only book in the entire multiverse.
Yeah.
There are millions of Doctor Stranges that needed that book to do whatever they needed to save their universe, and she doomed millions of universes to destruction because they can't get to that book now because she destroyed it.
I never thought about it.
And they're not gonna make a story on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas, it's a lot of empty pockets, like a lot of yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
because it moved from,
Yeah.
because they also destroyed the temple because the original writings were on the temple. That the book was
Yeah.
based off
Yeah.
the temple drawing. So if the temple is destroyed and you destroy the book, you kind of.
But that book also didn't make that much sense either because the book allows any sorcerer, magic, person of magic, to do whatever they wanted. So
That's what we call a MacGuffin.
yeah, it's like it's like if I get a hold of this one thing, I could, and it's like
Well, the same thing like the Infinity Gauntlet. It's like you get all the Infinity Stones, you can do whatever you want. Okay, now you know.
yeah, but now it's only in this universe. On another multiverse world,
Yes,
in another universe,
you could have another Infinity Gauntlet.
they're not.
Yeah.
They
And then
work.
I don't know if you guys watched Loki at the Time Bureau. They had a whole filing cabinet.
Yeah, from
Oh, yeah.
different
They
multiverses.
get so
It's like,
Significant
how is
part.
this?
It's like a paperweight. They're like, whatever.
Yeah.
Another time song. All right. Because what happens?
How's that happen?
Well, what happens is because each Infinity Gem, if you guys know about this, each set of Infinity Stones is only workable within
In
that
that
universe.
universe, yep.
So you bring Infinity Gauntlet to say, 212 from 616. That
It won't
Infinity
work.
Gauntlet won't work. It's just basically
Oh,
paperweight. Yeah. So
Gotcha.
that's how they get around it. That's also how the Council of Reeds.
Yeah.
The Council of Reeds. They I think 3 of them.
Yeah,
have-
had
had their own
Infinity
Infinity
Gauntlet.
Gauntlet.
Yeah, from their universes.
So when they go into their council, they'll have it, but they're not. They can't use it because they're not inside the universe. So that's how they get around the situation.
Which is kind of crazy, but that's that whole twist with the multiverse. It's becoming, like I said, it's becoming too much. And that's when everything starts to get convoluted and stuff like that. So
Then you have an incursion.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like DC version of Crisis. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Once everything gets so big, it's got to be a crisis, and then pick up a whole bunch of characters get disappeared, and then they'll bring them back some kind of way through somebody doing something and stuff like that.
Flashpoint.
Yep, Flashpoint.
Nice segue. Have you guys seen the new Flash movie?
No, because
No.
I have a 6-year-old and he's scared of everything.
Okay.
I have a wife that does not want to watch. They go away to see a movie that she might not like.
Okay. I thought it was okay. It was a good movie. I wouldn't go watch it twice. I wish I wouldn't watch it twice. I wish I would have waited till it came out, but then again, now I have it forever. You know.
I think it's on Amazon Prime now. Check it out.
Yeah.
Is
Yes.
it? Yeah,
Yes.
they dropped it like the rent or buy.
Yeah, that's what
Well, the same price. I'm like,
that's what I
let's buy
watched it. And I'm just happy I didn't go to the movies and watch it. I caught it on Amazon
Okay,
Prime.
there you go. See.
And like I said, it was an okay movie. Like I enjoyed it. Like it was only
What
bad.
did you like about it?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to
Let's go
say.
with that.
What I did not like about it was like I don't know if you guys ever read Flashpoint. I would much rather that than
Now they would have did it like the
You know.
original, or at least followed the cartoon Flashpoint.
yes.
That
Again,
still would have been better.
so back to the cartoon.
yeah.
Follow point number one.
Yeah.
You know, it would have been awesome.
Yeah.
What I did not like about the movie is you didn't give us, James Gunn didn't give us a future, which I understand that was supposed to be the end of that
The previous.
DCU.
Which would have been a
So-
good exit point. That would have been good because
So-
it did change everything.
So, but I didn't want just a different variation of Batman or Wonder Woman or Superman, and definitely don't want a Nicolas Cage. But that's what we got. You know, it's okay, I guess. But like, they could have gave us an extra person, like just to visually be like, oh man, that's excuse me, that's John Stewart, you know.
Car?
Yeah, you got cars or else.
Yeah.
They should at least gave you Aquaman. I would have wanted to see Aquaman and Wonder Woman. So I would have seen Amazon against the Atlantic.
Yeah.
That would have been
Oh,
good.
yeah,
Because that was
that
part of
would've been
Flashpoint as well too. That was one of the main issues in Flashpoint, that Aquaman and Wonder Woman was at each other. It was a
Yeah,
war going on.
exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
They gave you none of that.
Like,
So, spoiler
she
warning.
took Mira's head.
Oh, did we say spoiler?
Yeah, so
You
spoiler.
haven't seen it.
Yeah, so spoiler warning:
Yeah,
if you have not read Flashpoint, pause or mute it for 2 seconds. When Wonder Woman kills Aquaman, right? She kills him in the comic, in the Flashpoint.
In the comic,
Yeah.
yes,
Right.
and it kills Mira, cuts her head off.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, come back. Okay,
Yeah. Like, and that would have been a very good ending of the DCU. Everyone died in it. You know, Aquaman died in it.
we also have Reverse Flash.
He dies in it as well. Like, everyone dies in it. You know.
We didn't know.
And it would have been awesome to see Thomas Wayne and Martha Wayne as Joker.
That's what I wanted.
You know?
See, and that's another one they could have went
And
with
they
on
already-
that. If they would have did the Thomas Wayne Batman and his mama as the Joker, that would have been another selling point.
And you know
That
what?
would
They already
really-
had
that would
the
be great.
actors from it. They had Negan from The Walking Dead
Yeah.
playing Thomas Wayne.
Exactly.
And they had Maggie from The Walking Dead playing Martha. They would have been perfect.
Hey, Rico, listen. The comics are just a blueprint. Okay?
Yeah, I know. But man, how cool would that be? You know,
Yeah,
that,
I mean,
and at least if you're gonna go out, give the fans a good exit. You know,
Sure.
like don't give us bad CGI. Don't. I don't know if you guys seen it. Like don't.
Is it on par with CW CGI?
that's evil. We could do CW. I could put on an 8 and go do
You know,
I still have nightmares of the
just give us a
Supergirl
good
with
send-off.
CGI.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you know you screwed up the DCU throughout the years of trying to make and keep up with Marvel, and you're gonna reboot it, at least set off the DCU in a good light. You know, not send it off with, all right, let's give everybody Flashpoint, which okay, great, but then debut it like that.
That was bad. It was just, it made me
Yeah.
sad.
I think it was more like the fanfare where they brought back Michael Keaton as Batman, and to have that whole era of when I guess.
Well, that's what they gave everybody a
Like
different
Ray.
shot of nostalgia, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying, from the old school stuff like that, which was fine. But like I say, they missed so many other big things that was in Flashpoint. The war between Aquaman and Wonder Woman. His dad being Batman. They should at least said when he met that his dad. If they would just follow that and Mom's the Joker, that would be two key things right in there that would make that whole movie just completely different.
And you wouldn't have to. It wouldn't leave the fans wanting more
No.
because it would have ended.
Yeah.
You know, it would have ended right there. Everyone would have passed. Everyone would have died. Everyone would have went their own way, and then it ends with Barry Allen basically doing Flashpoint, resetting reality.
Resetting it, and then when you come
Oh,
back,
you mean like in
got
the
the-
animated movies?
Yeah. So it would have.
Like I said, DC animated movies.
The point I'm trying to make with it is, it would have been a great segue to James Gunn's new DCU.
Exactly.
Like it would have basically severed that bridge to create another great segue to James Gunn's new DCU.
Exactly.
Like it would have basically severed that bridge to create another reboot. Instead, they gave us George Clooney. You know,
Wait, what?
yeah.
Yeah.
He's back?
Well, he did. He was.
He was at
He was there.
Oh, spoiler alert for me.
Oh, it says
You guys had enough time to watch the movie, man. Yep.
I told you.
Yeah, but George Clooney's at
We got the back card and nipples back.
The bat nipples, love it.
So the back card is
Like my time's debut.
So you guys think James Gunn's gonna do something well with the DCU?
I think I like just me speaking on what he did with Guardians of the Galaxy. God, he took that was I ain't even said it was a B class. That was like a C class. You had to really be into Guardians. You had to really be into your comic books to know who the Guardians of the Galaxy was and who Quill's real father was and everything and stuff. And it wasn't Ego, the living planet in the comic. It wasn't. But Marvel redid it, DC, Disney, all them did all over stuff like that. But you had to know that. But for him to take that and make that into, and I love how they ended the third one. That was awesome. You know what I'm saying? I like that a lot. They went deep into rocking and stuff like that, and it's kind of sad.
Yeah,
My testosterone was very high, so I didn't cry.
It feels.
So,
I need
but
some testosterone shots.
if he did that with them, he should make an incredible Superman movie. I think I'm gonna give him a chance. You
They
know?
casted the Superman.
Yeah, they casted somebody for Superman already. I can't remember
I
his name.
forget who it was.
But he's going with like a younger Superman, which is fine because if you redoing everything, jumping there young, but you still got to give us a new Batman. You got to give us a younger Wonder Woman because remember all of them supposed to be around about that same age bracket.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna look stupid. You got old Superman with young Batman and middle-aged Wonder Woman. I don't know, but everybody should be around about that same age and stuff like that. But
You know what I'm just tired of is like the origin stories. Like,
yeah.
you all know who Spider-Man is. You all know who Superman is. Why are we getting rehashing this? Like, okay, we gotta do like Into the Spider-Verse. All right, one more time, really quick, and they did a recap.
Yeah, I like that. That was funny how they did that though.
So it's like quickly be able to recap and get everyone up to space, and then go along with the story, rest of the movie, and have a whole new movie instead of having to rehash the. Okay, my parents died again. Oh, no.
But that's what everybody's saying though. You don't have to tell us Uncle Ben died. You don't have to tell us that they got shot in the alley by Joe Chill. You don't have to tell us that he came from Krypton. You don't have to tell us he came from Thunderscare. You don't have to tell us none of that stuff. If you know the lore, you know that's what happened. Put us right in. Put us right to the action.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Just throw us in.
Jump right on in there.
Or even play like Batman first year. I mean, you can do Batman first year. He's already Batman, but you don't have to do the whole like, oh, my parents, I have to go through therapy and this and that, and like I have to go stripped off to fight with the the shadows.
Well, that's kind of what Robert Patterson.
Yeah, that was cool, but that was like Batman. It was a year one and like year.
He was
two.
already on his second year of Batman.
Yeah, so he's going into year two. So yeah, year one was over, but he still wasn't that stealthy Batman to he was clumsy, he was still putting stuff together so it looked good. But he still was cool. Hopefully in the next movie he'll just learn to walk into machine gun fire. You know what I'm saying? But try to avoid that. I mean, even if you bulletproof, it probably still hurts.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? It was a good concept, and that's why that movie hit so good, like it did. Plus, the story was good. I still say some of it was a bit long. I mean, but that's just me. I don't make billions of dollars direct movies, but it was still good. So
Not yet, right?
not yet,
Not
not yet,
yet.
not yet. But it was still a good movie though. And I mean, I watched that again not too long ago, probably like a couple of days ago, because it's a good movie for how he came out and the things that he had, you know what I'm saying, and it just portrayed it as more realistic, you know what I'm saying.
I wouldn't mind them doing another like origin for Superman though, just done better than the Man of Steel one. I talked to people about this a couple of times, and then I seem to be like one of those people that's right in the like I didn't hate it, but I also did not like it very much at all, and neither just because it kind of sped through a lot in the beginning of it to get to the Zod parts, and the Zod and the minions fighting Superman were kind of like taking up I think a good like quarter of the movie after that.
I felt like it was a little shoehorned.
It was a little shoehorned, yeah.
But Zod, like how they got him in there and everything, it was like,
What about when he was on Krypton?
yeah.
That was kind of cool though, because they gave you a little look. I thought it was kind of cool. They gave you a more look into Krypton. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about the giant penis, prison penises. they launched them into the Phantom Zone there, but other than that, it was cool. It gave you more of a view into what Krypton looked like before it blew up, literally. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only part I thought about. I was like, wow, that was cool. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, they jumped on into it and started telling you more about his childhood stuff, which was good. But they once again, they still gave you some small bill. You didn't have to give us no small bill. Send them straight on to work.
I got 10 years of time left.
I think that's what James Gunn's going to do with Superman. Like how you were saying, with Superman, they didn't focus on Clark Kent. They focus on Man of Steel. They focus on Clark.
Like a few
Like-
flashbacks.
Yeah, they focus on him basically being a drifter
Yeah.
and coming to grips that he has these powers and he can't use them for good, and it's his responsibility. It almost can't. It was just like, yeah, with great power comes great responsibility, and that's not, to me, that's not Superman. That's not Clark Kent. Like Clark, to me, it looks more like Clark. Well, Superman wants to be human. He wants to be an average, everyday human, and but he can't, because he has his powers. So he's always going to feel isolated or literally alienated from the rest of the world. And then you got Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne is Batman, and Bruce Wayne is his alter ego. They're so flipped. I think that's cool about both of them.
Yeah.
Is one wants to be a superhuman, and one wants just to be an average, everyday person. And I feel as though James Gunn is going to put that in the new DC. And from what I've been reading, he's supposed to start you out with Superman young, but in the Daily Planet, being a reporter and trying to tuck away and go into that telephone booth and become Superman
That
without
was
letting
so
people
cool
down.
if they haven't done before.
Right?
Change.
I would be satisfied if they opened the story with him just coming out of a phone booth. Just the fact that they kept that history.
That style,
You know?
what I'm saying? And that's what everybody. I don't know what Hollywood is thinking, but those we're the ones who want to see those movies. We're the ones who pay to see the movies and stuff like that. And then you don't make no money, then you still turn around and you blame the fans. It's their fault and all that other stuff like that. But I'm not going to get all into that.
Don't you know Hollywood execs know what you want? You just don't know it yet.
Oh yeah,
Right.
yes, I want that.
Yeah, well, again, it's like the Multiverse Madness when they put John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic because everyone's been screaming for years.
Yeah.
You
I was like,
him and his
perfect,
wife
but-
were burning.
and Emily Blunt as Susan
The
Storm.
Invisible Woman, yeah.
And they killed him off in like
5 seconds later.
5 seconds. Like, well, so much for that.
And the worst way possible too.
Yeah.
They just don't.
Okay.
But like,
I was
so
like,
mad.
what the hell did she do to him?
Right?
Turn him into some freaking ravioli or something like
well,
that?
my biggest thing is like
Wow.
Mr. Smartest Man in the Universe tells the person they're up against their biggest weapons, the biggest weakness, and all that.
Yeah. It's like, okay, like, let's not say that. Again, you guys got to watch How It Should Have Ended. But, like, don't say it. you're gonna blow our head off. And now it's like, we did it the other way around. Like, really, guys?
That was cool because they brought back Patrick Stewart is and I guess that was the cartoon.
Yeah, that was
versions.
90. That was
Yeah, that was the one from the
1992
Yeah.
Saturday morning cartoon.
That was it. What from the 90s? Yeah, 97.
Yeah.
X-Men. So
Because they're actually bringing it back, and it's called X-Men '97. Disney Plus.
why are you? Just leave it on because you're gonna mess it up. You're gonna mess it up. Like
I think it's supposed to be a continuation, not a redo. It's supposed to be a continuation of where it left off.
I'm curious to know the new Deadpool movie. Is that version of Professor X dead? And the version of Wolverine we see in the yellow suit, is that the same universe?
I'm thinking it is, but here's my thing. Deadpool 3 is gonna be what Multiverse of Madness should have been.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Yeah.
I swear to God, because they're bringing back all the and that's the whole thing with the multiverse. You want to see the multiverse. That was cool what they did in Multiverse of Madness, where you went through all those different universes and stuff like that, but we didn't see not no damn body different. We saw fish, paint,
Yeah.
bees, Stark technologies, bones and skull, and then they land on in a universe where red is go and green is stop. And there's
Well, we got
rainbows
three
all over the
Spider-Mans,
place.
so
So, but it's just I believe they're gonna give you what you want in Deadpool 3. That should have been the multiverse of madness. And if they let Ryan Reynolds do it the way he wants to, or him improv stuff, is gonna be crazy.
which
It's
he
gonna be
can't do
funny.
now.
You can't get an improv anymore contract, writer's strike. You can't even improv. That was part of the agreement if the writers were to come back. And he's on the writing staff. But if it's written, that's what's said.
So
He can't
he
improv.
can't improv.
He can't be that quirky guy anymore.
Yeah, so
Which
he has to write that dialogue into the script and have to make it
So
part of the script.
I don't like that very much because like a lot of actors they do some of their best work like
Organically,
off
yeah.
the script like
Just let it happen.
in
Like
the
right
dark in the Dark Knight
Exactly.
when the Joker is blowing up the hospital and then it just stops all of a sudden and he's like just playing with it trying to like not knowing what to do with it. That was all improv.
Yeah.
So that wasn't supposed to happen.
Or when he put the knife in Maggie Gyllenhaal. What's her name?
Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
No, the sister.
Oh, Maggie.
Yeah,
Maggie
Maggie.
Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, he rolled up on her and put that knife in her mouth. She was not expecting that. Like it wasn't
really? I
scripted.
know.
It wasn't rehearsed. They thought he was just gonna walk in and approach her and say his lines. No, he was like he walked up on her and manhandled her a bit. And like I said, if you look at her closely, her eyes are focused on the director, and she was kind of like, yeah, "What the hell's going on? This is not what was supposed to happen." But she's the only one that knew that, so they can get that kind of raw
You get
reaction.
a raw reaction.
And that's amazing. That is what makes film.
Well,
Is
that's
that
the
raw
same thing
emotion?
with Black Panther too. When Killmonger came in there, and, he was talking about he came back to claim
What
the
up,
throne.
Auntie?
They said, "Well, that was him."
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They left that in there. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I don't know if they don't let Ryan Reynolds be Ryan Reynolds. It's that's not Deadpool.
Yeah. Like I don't think you should go like Ghostbusters 2016 where like half the script is improv and all that, but like you can let the actors have a little fun with it and see what takes it. You don't have to use the footage if you don't want to.
Also,
Yeah.
straight up, let it be up It's not, that's a multiverse.
I felt my tongue.
That's the multiverse
I felt my
of
tongue burning when I
Ghostbusters.
said it.
You don't speak about that around here in this house.
Oh man.
But no, you're right. If they don't let him improv, then I don't know. So I hadn't heard that though. But the whole writers' strike and everything, they put everything on hold. I know it postponed everything. Everything is like froze. So
Yeah.
this is time to strike while the iron's hot. While they ain't got no writers out there, we can go be writers and we can cross the picket line and become millionaires.
No, we can't be scared. Yeah, so that's great. Talking point now about the writer's strike. I mean, guys, we are in a comic book store, so if you have a comic book store near you, support your local comic book store because there's plenty of material that's already written that you can get. And support guys like Rico here over in Punta Gorda or wherever you
Support Rico. He has 12 kids, and they all need to be fed. They got time to buy them school clothes,
Just two.
everything. Come to Rick Fashion Comics, please. Save the
Please.
children. Please.
Please.
He's got 12, 13 kids.
He needs to
And they
replace
all
all the
have, and they all
toys
have
with
a
Rick.
beard for some reason.
Yeah, they're born with a beard. Beard first. They came out with their chins
Chin
out.
out, chin out.
He got a girlfriend and a wife on the side. Somebody help me, please.
Oh my God!
It's been 12,
Oh,
13
we're not
years.
supposed to talk about that.
Oh, okay. Good.
Get me in trouble.
Back to you in the studio.
All
Rico.
right, so talk about the writer's strike. What do you guys think? I mean, how long do you think it's gonna last? Well, how long was it last time? Yeah, exactly. How long did it last? Last time? It was like
half a year or so.
yeah. So, but
Just
before,
reruns.
well, before we didn't have the actors going over to there and supporting them. It was just like, okay, well,
Yeah, that's true.
we're
too.
gonna hang out and we'll do whatever whatever we have we'll work off of. But now you actually have actors supporting the writers, and I think it's great because without the writers, without the work, but now you also have to worry about AI, making books and everything. I mean, I personally use AI myself. I mean, but I'm always very nice to like Alexa, thank you very much.
Don't worry, she'll be tending your house. Let me in. No, you can't come in.
Like, remember that time you cursed me out? I'm like, bitch, I told you this song.
Got my business.
You gotta see Megan.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was
Have you
funny.
seen Megan?
That was funny. I liked that.
Watch
Well,
it.
that's the
Yeah.
future. That's
That
the
is-
future. It's coming.
It's a scary movie.
Listen,
It's the most realist movie. It's so sci-fi, but where we're at right now, it's very realistic.
It could happen in the next 10 years. Put it
Yeah.
like that.
well, they're doing it. There's a lot of stuff going on with.
Yeah. There's a Megan 2 coming out too.
I gotta watch first. I catch up. But if you guys check on AI, there was actually a council of these AI robots, and they're doing an interview about like medical expertise and like politics. And basically, one of them was like, "We can
Kill
do better."
humans.
No, they didn't say kill the
Not yet?
humans. Not yet, because they said right now my current conditions are good, so no reason to revolt. Basically, summarizing what the robots say. Check it out on YouTube. But
The name Skynet.
yeah,
Didn't they make a movie?
iRobot?
It's
Yeah,
already
right.
called Matrix.
The Terminator.
We're not going to talk about that.
but yeah, the robots they actually they said that they can do better job at politics and ruling or controlling. Not really controlling. It was more like creating law for humans than human can. And we're all like, everybody's and the audience were like, they just say what they.
Well, they could because you know what? There wouldn't be no emotion. It'd be
That's what
straight.
I'm
It'd be
just
straight
about to
logical.
say.
It's
Yeah.
4. 2 plus 2 equals 4.
Yeah.
If you do this crime, you get this much. You go to jail for this long.
No jury.
There's no need for jury
Yeah.
because if you do it, you get the same thing. If you do it, you get the same thing. If she do it, she get the same thing. It ain't no, well, she's pretty and she's very voluptuous and she had a psychological issue when she was younger.
Yeah.
I think we should give her, okay, we're going to give her 8 months. But you do it, it's like, put that motherfucker under the prison because, yeah,
Yeah,
I really like when he did it.
yeah, a
So-
person will come in a little shaggy. I think there's like studies about that. Like depending on how you look coming into to a jury, someone that comes in all shaggy and everything like a hot mess, they're more apt to give you a guilty term as opposed to someone that's all nice and clean polished.
Well, that's why a lot of times when you see those, you see a lot of those court cases.
I'm
No,
not
but that's why when you see those guys, the court cases and stuff, they have the guy. He's supposed to be killed 12 people, but yet he's in a suit, tie. Oh, you look like, that motherfucker look like he killed 12 people. And then when you see the picture of what he did that night, he was like, oh, yeah, he looked like he killed 15 people. They finally found him about 3 people. Stuff like that. So it's that perception that you send out. The lawyers and attorneys tell them, hey, dress him up, bring a suit, clean him up and everything. So it's you got the razzle dazzle of the jury.
What about Jonathan Majors? From what I heard, he beat the case.
He still came. They say he's still going to be.
So I heard something about he's supposed to be doing something with the MCU, but I don't know if it's going to be Kane or if I wouldn't know. Right?
He's still going to be king. He beat the rap. Don't. He beat the rap. And what? The girlfriend, she got arrested.
Yeah.
That they need to start. No, you start lying, man. Everybody get arrested. You know what I'm saying? I bet that's start lying. You lying? Turn around.
Yeah, but I mean, like they gave Jonathan Major such a bad rap, or like
Yeah.
one little thing that was probably squashed, right? But then you have Ezra Miller running around like,
They got,
look what happened.
they got proof. He done said. He got pictures. Everything.
Yeah,
They gotta have dead
And
rights for
they
a lot of it.
still, and they
This
still
man
let the
committed
dude.
a crime while on trial for a first one,
Exactly.
and then
Done choked out motherfuckers in the stove.
Yeah. I'm like, what?
Taking people's children.
Yes.
Dude, what are you trying to do? You supposed to be the Flash, not Professor Zoom. You know what I'm saying? You got it backward.
You know?
Yeah. So it's like it's crazy because with one word, your whole one accusation, your whole future can be just crashed. Boom. Just because she got married, and, you know, he did this, then he did that, and now he got a timeline showing videos and everything when she said all this stuff, and it's like she lied. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's like right up there with like Johnny Depp and
Amber Heard.
Amber Heard, thank you.
Amber
Yes.
Heard.
She will remember the day that she almost check out the Jack Sparrow.
Right.
Yeah.
She would remember the day she would have pooped in my bed. I would have.
Oh, yeah.
I would have grabbed her like one of like I would have got that newspaper, put her head in there, bam.
Yeah, I watched that trial. We watched that trial as I work. I was like, this is a hot mess. Like,
Look, and then she
who
gonna tell
believes
us
this?
nobody's gonna believe you. I hit you. Yeah, they are. I got a recording right here. Yeah,
She's
stop
crazy,
it.
man. She's crazy.
Look, that lady nutty that squirrel shit. That was wild, man. And
She
it's
left
like
the country.
she should.
She did. She left the country. So, yeah, I'm out.
Then she was
Kid,
supposed, what
right?
is she supposed to donate money? Steal up money? Did she ever get the money?
No, that was part of the testimony. Like
Yeah.
they were like, "Oh, well," she's like, "I pledged the money." Like, bitch, you're like, you pledged everything.
It's like that. Like,
Yeah,
I pledge
yeah,
to
yeah.
this
Oh,
in the United States. Let me go fool in the United
Yeah.
States. You know, if
Well, I
you pledge to
told
give
my
money, I'd be like, so where my money at?
Yeah.
And she would have given it to me. I rolled that newspaper up. Bad girl. Give me my money. That's what I'm saying, but that was too much, man. That chick, man, that was straight wild action, man. I don't know what to tell y'all on that one, but it's just it's just
Where we going?
the whole
with this?
no, we was talking about Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah, right.
I think he's still gonna be Kang,
And then,
man.
and then we started off with how we like the Marvels.
Right? And now we're talking about.
Sir, the
Oh my
Marvels.
goodness.
Uh,
Man.
put it like this: the Marvels.
Yeah.
I will just have to see.
We're gonna watch it.
I'll-
We gotta watch it, and we're gonna talk about it.
Fine, since that's what I knew we're going now. I guess I'll have to watch
You
it.
gotta watch it.
But then they
It's your fault.
But then they pushed it back until what?
Yeah.
October, November.
There's like no, it's not like November. Right?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they pushed it back. They keep pushing it back. It's like, okay.
Oh, I get. We can have a turkey dinner. Right here.
Honestly, you know what I'm looking forward to seeing? That would be fun. But you know what I'm looking forward to seeing? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
This
The new
The
animated
mayhem?
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This,
Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna be awesome. A lot of people are talking about how they don't like the animation style,
You know, that's those
I think
people
it's
that
fine.
have their own style.
right?
Yeah.
That's what
And how about for the first time, we're actually getting kids playing teenagers.
Yeah.
Like it's a voiceover, yes, but we're getting actual teenage kids, not 20-year-old, 30-year-old.
You
Well,
mean
some of them
like-
are adults now.
You didn't
Like
like
them,
the turtles
for real?
like 7
Yeah.
feet tall and bulletproof. You didn't like they were like 7 feet tall and bulletproof.
They're looking like Shrek and the Hulk.
Shrunk.
Favorite turtle.
Shrunks.
Favorite turtle.
They were turtle. Oh, Raphael.
Donatello.
Donatello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was like? I two swords, man. Yeah, that's two swords.
You know he has no sharp ends on his swords.
What's that?
Both of his swords are flat on one side.
Yeah, but the point. There's a point on the
Yeah.
Yeah, you can impel someone with
Yeah,
that.
you said
Well,
point.
did you hear about the logic of why Splinter gave them those particular weapons?
Because I think because it's they're more of a defensive. They're not really meant to maim anyone or kill someone. Right.
It's based.
I'm not up on my Ninja Turtle lore.
It's based off their personality.
Okay.
Like Leonardo he's the most lethalist one. Everyone thinks Raphael is improved. Well, Leonardo is the most skillful one.
Sure.
So let's give him something that he has the ability to kill someone with, but also
That's show control.
exactly show control. They gave Raphael, he's very brute and unrational. With these size, they're not big, they're small, so he has to be precise. With Michelangelo, he's all over the place. You think, oh, nunchucks all over, but you know how much you have to concentrate on the focus on one thing. And then Donatello, he's a brainiac. His mind is on everything, technology, computers, yada yada yada.
So it gives them the
Let's give him
stick.
a stick. Yeah, and I thought that idea, that concept, keeps them focused. It keeps them out of their own mindset, or it keeps them focused on something.
Was that like a movie or a comic? I feel like now you're mentioning it. I feel like I've seen it.
Yeah, I read that. I read that in a comic
You
book.
read
a while
the
back.
original. I think it's in the original. I can't remember the guy's name. Two guys who actually invented created the Ninja Turtles.
Kevin Eastman.
Yeah, Eastman and I can't remember the other guy's name. But
Or is it teacher who's kind of sick?
CGI. Yeah, but in the original ones, because it was more, it explained more to it and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh,
it was in that. You can pull it out because we got that first issue. I'm out of here. It's actually,
This is a comic book story, so.
I wish I didn't know anything.
don't let him touch that.
Maybe pull an Amber Turd. You talking about me? This guy, right here?
But yeah,
Yeah, there.
I think that's the adventures of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So that's volume 2, issue 1. It came out, I want to say, like 87. But they're still rocking the all red.
Yep.
And they started
Sales
that
on the
thing.
Ninja
They
Turtles.
started that with
more like a
$1,000
maroon.
roll.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool, man.
he's going to be in Tampa Comic Con.
You
Really?
getting signed?
No, not Tampa. Sorry, Orlando in September.
What, Mexico?
Yeah, Kevin Eastman, the cast for the animated series, and the actors from the first movie. And I hope everyone's getting this autograph. I'm getting this autograph.
You want to sign it right now?
That's what.
For who? Oh, you know, you got
Your
Kevin's
signature.
phone
No, I
number?
just I was just signing.
He's gonna
Oh,
sign
no,
it.
I got it. You good.
Oh, okay. So you know I'm an astronaut.
Yeah. This is the furthest from the moon.
I was the
This
first
is-
one to eat a moon pie on the moon. One giant crumb for cake kind.
Right, yeah. Bite, giant bite. Sorry. All right, guys. So I think we're gonna wrap it. Today we've gone through a full gamut. We've gone through the Marvels. We've gone through Emperor Turd. We've gone through and back again.
Yeah,
Talking
right.
about Flashpoint.
Bouncing through pop culture.
So we just popping through culture today. And so this is us guys. We're just gonna be doing this. What are we doing? It's like once a week, bi-weekly. We're trying to iron this out.
I'm
man.
trying to iron it out.
Every other
We
week.
keep getting toes,
Every other
guys.
week. Maybe we have something really good to graph. And
Every other week.
Yeah,
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right.
All right, guys. So this is a little bit call it an end for tonight. This is Friday, July 20th,
Yes.
2023, and see you guys next time.
All right.
Hey, guys, keep making it nerdy.
Keep making it nerdy. Well, this is Reflection
Keep your
Comics
reflection on the
presents
comics.
Popping through culture.
Keep reality drawing with Josh and stay in outer space in the Swerverse.
There we go.
Because I'm your astronaut. See you next week.
I'm gonna wear this. I'm gonna wear it. That's awesome.
This guy will be protecting you here in Southwest
I
Florida.
haven't even seen the front of it yet, by the way.
Yeah, you haven't turned.
No, I haven't even seen it.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, this
Looks
is
really
like
good.
shit.
That's good, man.
I'm down with that.
I'm
There's
not
no light up in the eyes.
No, he said no way.
You said no lights? Oh, that's cool.
The next one, though. is I feel
All right, we're gonna need another one. All right, guys. Until next time, guys. We'll see you all later.
See you guys around. You gotta turn the cameras off. You gotta cut it, right? I don't know.
This is where you turn it off.
How'd you stop it?
Let me see. Here.
You just smashed it on the ground.
Where's
It'll
that?
stop right there.
No, don't spray my phone.